there's a saying in biology that someone said quite recently, I can't remember who it was now, but he said that nothing in biology makes sense except in the light of evolution, which basically means that that evolution is the mechanism by which bodies and everything that goes with bodies came about and changed over time and went through all those kind of processes. So if you're going to understand, if you're going to understand what this stuff is, what's happening in the body right now, then the only real way of doing that, or the only valid way of doing that, is a kind of reverse engineering based upon the understanding that the original engineering was carried out by evolutionary processes. I think that makes a great deal of sense. What I'm thinking of in terms of that is to do with pains and pleasures, and this is pretty basic stuff, but I'm just kind of rehearsing the ideas for myself, really, just so I've got them, I think. And the way I'm understanding it is these feelings of what we might call pleasurable feelings, a great range of them: ecstasy, joy, feelings of satisfaction and fulfillment, feelings of comfort, feelings of any kind of pleasurable feeling like that we have, only makes sense in terms of the evolutionary origins of feelings like that, which in the case of the pleasurable feelings means that at some point in the past, and by that I mean the 100,000 years of our evolutionary history as small bands of hunter-gatherers somewhere in Africa, not the last 10,000 years. Somewhere in that 100,000 years, the activities which correlate with those pleasurable feelings must have enhanced our survival or enhanced the possibility of our reproductive success. So the pleasure one gets, as I understand it at least, the pleasure one gets from eating certain foods correlates with the fact that at some time in the past, for a large period of time in our human history, we've needed to eat certain foods in order to survive, particularly foods that have got natural sugars in, for example, or natural fats in them. So foods with lots of sugars and fats tend to make us feel nice, which is can be a negative effect in the age of McDonald's and milkshakes and Coke. But broadly speaking, the pleasures associated, the pleasures of the flesh, are the pleasures of the evolutionary flesh. And the same thing with things like sexual activity, which feels nice, because I guess if it didn't feel nice, nobody would do it, and that would be pretty much the end of the human race. And for 100,000 years, it's those individuals who have got pleasure from sexual activity that have carried on doing it, and whose genes are now appearing in me and in everybody else. So again, the pleasure correlates with activity which in the past enhanced our possibility for survival and reproductive success. And the same with all the pleasures. And the same thing is true for the negative emotions, the negative feelings: pain, fear, anxiety, discomfort, distress. All of the kind of negative emotions, again, only make sense in the light of evolution, by which in that case it means that at some point in our evolutionary history, probably for the bulk of our evolutionary history, those feelings have correlated with behaviours, actions, observations, perceptions, experiences, which have a negative correlation with survival and reproductive success. So things that are painful, has always been that warning that whatever we're doing at that point is destroying the body, or has the potential to destroy the body. So we put our hand in a fire, and pain gives us the information that our hand is being destroyed. And my understanding is that some people who don't have that sense, I think there is a rare condition in which people don't experience pain, or they experience a feeling, but it's not associated with all that negativity that pain has. For those individuals, they have a very distressing life. They damage their extremities. Typically, by the early 20s, they'll have lost fingers, they'll have lost toes. They'll be very damaged in all sorts of ways because they're not getting the signals to withdraw the hand from the fire, or to be a little bit careful with that blade, or to not put your foot in the lawnmower, all those kind of things. So pleasures and pain only makes sense in the light of evolution, because somewhere in the past they correlated with reproductive success or enhanced survival. That's not really what I was going to talk about actually, but I'll leave it there because I've kind of got that as a block in my head. I just found this in the field, by the way. I should just show it. I'm waving around to you. This is the field I'm walking through. It's got wheat growing in it, and for some reason I found this in the middle